So, John, you're the standards editor now at AP. I wonder if you could say a little bit about what that means, and also what are, in a broad way, what are the standards that AP holds its reporters to?
Well, what we see as our mission for 171 years is bringing truth to the world. And we do it accurately, impartially, and as quickly as possible. These are our basic values. As you've heard it before, we'd much rather be right than be first, but we do try to be fast. Um, we, the impartiality is both an ideal value, but it's also practical for us because we serve, just in the US, more than 1,500 media customers, radio stations, newspapers, networks, websites, and internationally, hundreds more. Most of the international broadcasters are AP customers. Anyway, all these customers have different political viewpoints, and this has been true since the beginning of AP in 1846. And they don't want their news tilted one way or the other. So we really have a big challenge to keep our reporting neutral. And the way we try to do that is to rely on provable, verifiable facts.
And so how do you do your job as standards editor? I mean, what form does that take? Do you issue regular announcements to the staff? Do you work with individual reporters? Say a little bit about that.
Yes, there's a lot of sort of retail standards work, I call it, where you have, a standards issue with a story. It could be what we were talking about. Can we use an anonymous source on this fact? It could be something having to do with vulgarity. We're generally opposed to it in our report unless it's really essential to the story. It could be about dealing with minors, young people in news stories. Do you name a minor, a young person, a teenager who's committed a minor infraction? Generally, we do not do that. Certainly, we don't do it when a minor has been a victim of sexual abuse, because we feel that as people who are not yet adults, they deserve some protection and not have these stories following them around for the rest of their lives. And then I do a lot of interaction with AP's customers, who will challenge us on some stories. Could we have done this better? Is that comment about the president snarky or snippy, or is it accurate? About the sometimes it comes down to the adjectives and adverbs we use. And then we do have regular standards calls where we get the staff or part of the staff on a WebEx, and we talk about our standards. We talk about our neutrality values, our anonymity values, and we talk about style decisions. One thing we've been dealing with is LGBT and transsexual issues and the language we use around that. So there's a lot of work. Almost since I took this job last year, I've really been amazed at how many issues cross my desk.